anxiety. I think it goes back and forth. I think that, you can have depression cause anxiety. Anxiety causes depression. And of course, if you're substance misusing like marijuana, that will definitely
for sure, for sure.
And of course, you saw how that's got
because it might be fun the first couple of times, but then it's just, the game's over. Then it's just an addiction, or it's something that doesn't give you a thrill anymore.
Right. So it's a very interesting times that we're in, and
for sure.
Those of you who are interested in mental health, really, I would definitely recommend it because of the need.
Well, it's interesting that you can take something that is like a monkey on your back, or something that is so persistent, pervasive with you,
right,
and turn that into something where you can help other people because you've lived that experience and you've survived that experience.
Yes. So, if you're interested,
so many people who come out of eating disorders, and then they want to help others that have that issue.
Yeah, in addiction and other things, So definitely, and again, please reach out to people. If you haven't heard from somebody in a while, or somebody's withdrawing more, instead of being critical, let's ask questions. How are you? Are you doing okay? Is there anything I can do for you?
And open-ended questions.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to. We have to watch out for each other.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to just, become your own person, and
I always think it's better the way you, like you said, maybe you have that quiet kid in class. Don't go up to him and say, "Are you okay?" Because that makes them feel like, well, I thought I was. Why are you asking?
Yes.
But how about saying, "How are you?"
Yes.
How's it going? Because I know that when people say, "Are you okay?" we internalize that. Well, what do you mean? What did that? Why are you asking?
Right. Especially with somebody that you don't really know.
Yes.
But or hey, would you like to join us?
I always just wish they would teach teachers that in schools. Because they can potentially make a student feel worse.
Yes. I think that, there's a certain, customer service, Cindy.
Yes.
You were big on that, customer service, and it's that's why, we were very successful as a group, because we believed in customer service. We believed in the same thing. Treat people with respect. Customer's always right. And
always right.
An old school thing. And if
always right when they're wrong.
Yes. And what can I do to make this better?
Yes.
So in this, working with children, it's very important for us to treat them with that respect, mutual respect, because they are a client, and someday they may be your boss.
That's right.
You may be squashing the next leader, or person that's going to make changes, an inventor. So just something to think about.
Yes, you don't know. You really don't know.
Yes.
Because life will throw you those great surprises.
Yes. And
like Leo's, I went on vacation for a week.
Yes, and
then he called me to tell me I'm leaving.
And Maria too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got to tell you this. You did tell us, hey, if you guys get an offer, it's like you had this premonition.
That's true.
It's premonition, And
yes.
But we loved working for you. I wouldn't have left. But opportunities and
Well, when opportunity knocks, sometimes it's a great opportunity, and you're a fool to say no.
Yeah, it's very hard to say no. It's like no. Well, no. Okay.
Because we were having a ball.
Yes. But we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep doing this. This is going to get even better.
Exactly.
Yes.
It is. Yeah. So, Leo, are you gonna trick or treat this Halloween?
I'm not going to trick or treat. Where I'm at, there's no trick or treat.
I was joking. Are y'all going to do anything for the kids?
Well, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, we'll just leave it at
that. You're going to what?
We'll just leave it at that. Can't say too much.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But yeah, and I'm a grandfather.
I know. Congratulations.
Yes.
A first-time grandfather.
First time. So I'm very excited about that. Looking forward to the holidays as much as I can be home because it's going to, I mean, it was.
I think that.
Go ahead.
I think that baby looks like Leo.
I think so too.
Resembles his grandfather.
Yeah, they say no, but I think so too. But yeah, it's a great experience. We're having a good time, and again,
awesome.
She's born in a time where mental health. So that's always in my that's always in the back of my mind.
Yes, it makes you more apprehensive because the vulnerabilities that await your grandchild.
Yeah, it's almost like you're thinking, there's things that we've prepared. We worked with kids for so many years, and then you start thinking, well, now you have yours. Like raise my kids, now our grandkids, and in these, in these times where, you don't know what's going to happen. But
you want to put them all in a bubble.
Yeah. When I held her, I was like, oh, wow.
Yes.
But hey, I got you. Karime is her name. I will be there.
What is it?
Karime.
Spell it.
Karime. Karime.
Oh.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, that's her name. Karime. So she's a joy. I mean, she's only a few weeks old. And I got to see her. I ran down there for 2 days. I took a 2-day trip out just to see her and came right back. So that was.
And how's your daughter adjusting to motherhood?
I'm very proud of her.
Good.
I am very proud of her, given what she's been through. I mean, she's a wonderful mom. Also a fan of the show. When she knew I wasn't gonna, I had to make a change. She's like, well, "What about the podcast?" And I said, "You're right. What about the podcast?" I said, "Well, we're gonna keep it going." And I hear that Maria's kids said the same thing.
Good.
They were like, "What about the podcast?" And she's like, "We will still do the podcast." And so, and that's
it was on pause for a little bit, but it's back.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was going to look like. We don't.
Right.
I mean, and because of the changes, the time, so it took us a little while.
Right.
But we are here now, and
we are.
I try to put 2 out. I put 2 out, the best of, and the alone episode, just to kind of keep it going. But it just wasn't the same Cindy without you, and of course, Maria.
Yeah.
So we are back. So
that's right.
So we're talking on the Real Podcast of Dallas. We're talking about mental health. We're talking about how to cope with it and understand it a little better. I hope it's been helping you guys out because we are seeing a lot more of it.
Yeah, and it's a daily struggle.
Yes.
There's good days and bad days.
It's a real struggle.
Yeah.
So,
it is.
Yes. I grew up with a lot of family members who had mental health issues, which I didn't really know were mental health issues. Now I know, and I say, oh, that explains a lot.
Well, I think it helps that a lot of celebrities are coming out and talking about their own mental health struggles and demons, so to speak. And that helps to, validate everybody, let them realize that this is more common than you think. It's very common.
And it doesn't mean that you're not smart. It doesn't mean that there's there's something wrong with you and you have to be isolated. It just means that you've got to be on top of it, and you've got to understand it. You've got to understand your limits. You've got to understand, this is where your setting boundaries comes in. Setting limits. Some people, become people pleasers. Some people overcompensate and, create more stress than what there should be. Understand what
and you can have
go ahead.
more than one mental health disorder. I mean, some people have 2 or 3.
Yes. So just understand yourself. You start understanding yourself. You start learning your limits, and it really will help you out a lot more. But unfortunately, the way having to deal with finances, having to deal with debt, having to deal, a lot of parents are dealing with that in jobs. It makes it more difficult. So, what should they do then, Cindy? Let's say I'm in a home and dad's about to lose his job. Mom's barely hanging on with her job. I'm already alone. What can we do in a situation like that?
Well, I think you have to do a lot of internal pep talks, and you have to go one day at a time. Right. You can't focus on the future, because if you focus on the future, it looks like gloom and doom, and it's just too big and it's too overwhelming.
Right.
So you just have to calm yourself and look at, okay, am I okay right now? Is everything okay right now? And then, am I okay in 5 minutes? What can I manage? What can I control? And what can I not control? Take an inventory, so to speak.
Yes.
Of what you can help and what you can't help. It's not all on you. It's not your fault.
I like that inventory. I like that. Take an inventory. Sometimes you have to, see where you're at. Where am I? What's going on?
Right.
And like I said, what's working, not working. Don't burn your bridges.
Don't burn your bridges, but don't try to own all the problems that you feel you have in your life. Is it all your fault?
Right.
Probably not.
Exactly.
Maybe you contributed to some of it, but not all of it. And you can, contribute to fixing it as well, but not all of it.
Yes.
Your parents' divorce is not about you.
Exactly.
It really is not. That was going to happen whether you were there or not.
Yes. I'm glad you said
that. The values were different. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because even as adults, working in treatment and working in mental health, a lot of adults carry that with them for many years.
Sure, they do.
They have a very difficult time, letting go of the past. So yes, understand it at your age. If you're listening and you're a preteen or a teenager, understand that it's not your fault. If you're an adult listening to this, it wasn't your fault. And
it wasn't.
Yeah, you can't go back and change the past, but you can actually change your future for the better. And with your mental health, for a lot of you, a lot of the younger kids with this whole COVID, they're born into this. They're being raised into this. So it's going to be a norm to it, but know that it's not your fault. And you can actually create your little, your little utopia.
Right.
Life is what you make of it. But you can't hear it, Cindy, but our ending song is on.
Oh, wow.
Yes. We have reached the end of another episode of the Real Podcast of Dallas. What did you think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Like old times.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll load it up and